This is the Thompson Cast. I am Mel Thompson. In the past, I have touched on the topic of changes in political leadership as a potential political risk. Now today I want to look at instability in succession as a political risk. Ethiopia does not have a firm leadership succession plan if Prime Minister Meles Zenawi is no longer able to head the government. This opens the door to who will step in, how will they be supported, or will there be civil unrest, and what policies will change that will impact foreign direct investment and trade. Unlike Ghana, which just this week saw its president die and a seamless succession of power to its vice president be completed, Ethiopia, in this respect, can only be described as a mess. Investors and markets hate uncertainty, and so do policymakers who must maintain trade policy with Ethiopia. Uncertainty of leadership equals a mess. Recently, that uncertainty and anxiety is grew, and continues to grow over the nation's leadership during the Prime Minister's so far unexplained absence. This has been blamed in the country on one-party electoral system leadership by the Prime Minister and his one-man style of rule, which has lasted for the past 12 years. Leaders of the ruling Tigray People's Liberation Front, also known as TPLF, and the larger Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Democratic Front have discussed a succession plan, but of course none has been announced or put into place because both parties are hedging their bets and want to hold off until the scheduled elections in 2015. In my opinion, all this process of doing nothing is accomplishing is raising up the level of political risk as to civil unrest. No one is going to miss an opportunity to fill the ever-growing power vacuum in Ethiopia, and that includes both of these political parties and splinter groups that will emerge from them. Foreign direct investors, trade analysts, policymakers, and businesses have no idea where this is all going to go, and there is no tangible way to measure it. Meles has not been seen in public for about 3 weeks, even missing the African Union conference in Addis Ababa that was attended by 29 other heads of state or governments. Some reports in the international press have speculated that he is suffering from a serious illness and has been receiving treatment since June 26 in a hospital in Brussels. Just imagine if the President of the United States was not seen in public for close to a month. How would this impact the markets? How would this impact investor confidence? Then look at that situation and apply it to Ethiopia, and you can see clearly how this raises the level of political risk and uncertainty, and how, with a lack of a succession plan and two political parties talking about succession but not doing anything, how all this can lead to a potential problem, particularly one that could cause massive civil unrest down the road if nothing is done or put into place very soon. The particular market that I'm concerned about when it pertains to Ethiopia in this situation is the agricultural market, which accounts for almost 41% of the gross domestic product, 80% of exports, and 80% of the labor force. Many other economic activities depend on agriculture, including marketing, processing, and export of agricultural products. Production is overwhelmingly by small-scale farmers and enterprises that, quite frankly, can be spoken to by politicians of different political parties and encouraged to be on one side or another. When you're talking about food production is also the #1 economic growth engine in the country. And you're talking about political parties. All this together does not equal anything to me other than potential for civil unrest. Slowdown in production, impacting supply chains, and numerous other problems for other people, including direct foreign investors and businesses that are actively involved in the agricultural industries in Ethiopia. The political risk primarily is in the agricultural industries. This includes production and supply chains, as I've already discussed, but also ancillary retail industries that rely on steady and predictable agricultural production and policies. In the absence of a steady and known political leadership, the issue of market entry for direct foreign investors, businesses, and other groups that want to deal in and do deal in or impacted by import and export and trade policies, in the absence of some type of firm political leadership at the top, I would say that Ethiopia poses a significant political risk until either Meles returns or a succession is announced and successfully completed. This has been the Thompson Cast. I am Mel Thompson.